Hey everyone, hope you're having a great Sunday evening. We are going to be talking about something that a lot of you are probably talking about and have so many questions about cryptocurrency, and specifically here in South Florida, how cryptocurrency is now playing a role in the real estate market and what some of those changes are. I have two great guests today, Eric Cornell, financial advisor, and also Bonnie Heatzig, who's a realtor here. I've done many stories with both of you. So first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Tori.
Okay, so we met in recent times and we put together a story about cryptocurrency and how it's playing a special role here in South Florida. So let's watch that first.
The real estate market is so competitive right now, with buyers from the Northeast making cash offers, that many people are now turning to creative ways to buy houses, including using cryptocurrency.
These are terms considered, and look at this, cryptocurrency.
Bonnie Heatzig says there's something new on the real estate landscape: cryptocurrency.
Some are full cryptocurrency offers. Some offers are 50% cash, 50% cryptocurrency.
It can be seen on South Florida MLS, a place to search listings.
And certainly indicative that cryptocurrency is on the rise.
Sellers can now indicate whether they will accept a cryptocurrency in an offer.
We are seeing an uptick in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies being offered for real estate. Since the pandemic, South Florida has seen a large number of very tech-savvy titans and finance titans coming in from Silicon Valley and New York, and these are the people that are making these cryptocurrency offers.
Tim O'Leary is Vice President of Portfolio Development for Idonis. He deals with the Swiss payment token, calling it a native cryptocurrency.
IDON has been utilized as a method of payment to acquire properties from Alaska to Florida and the Caribbean.
Making real estate offers in South Florida in crypto.
There is obviously hesitancy with cryptocurrency in general, but with Bitcoin's more mainstream approach, it's becoming a little bit more commonplace.
But what is cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrencies essentially are cash for the internet. They're held in token form virtually.
Eric Cornell is a managing director with Ameriprise Financial. He says it's derived from complex equations.
There's actually quite a few different cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is just the most popular.
He says the privacy of cryptocurrency leads to a bit of skepticism in the U.S. Some just now seeing crypto as a viability, but the volatility leads others to shy away from it.
I think it's not as widely accepted because there's no paper trail. So does that make me feel more comfortable? Probably not. I mean, cash is still cash, but at the end of the day with cryptos, I know people are accepting them a lot more.
He says the lack of a middleman can lead to cheaper, quicker transactions.
In my opinion, I think that cryptos are going to be around forever.
Heatzig agrees, especially with international buyers who can avoid exchange rates.
I do believe that there is a path in the future in real estate to embrace cryptocurrency as an acceptable means of exchange.
Both say the high stakes require you to educate yourself, talk with a reputable financial advisor, make sure you go through a reputable company as well.
There is an awakening or an interest in cryptocurrency.
Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.
All right, so that's kind of a good little overview, but I'm sure there are a lot more questions. So I want to kind of go back to the basics to start. And Eric, I'm going to go to you for that. Can you really lay it out in the most simple terms possible for people who maybe don't even have the financial background or understanding? What is cryptocurrency and what are people getting involved with when they buy in?
So cryptocurrency is essentially, as I mentioned in the interview, it's cash for the internet. I mean, I think a lot of people right now use, apps like Venmo. And that's a good, I guess, a good comparison there. And that Venmo is actually obviously based in US dollars, but and when we use it here, but ultimately, that it's a lot like that system of being able to take payments, make payments, and it's a fiat currency. Like most of the currencies aren't backed by it's not backed by a physical commodity. It is essentially, decentralized, where it's a peer-to-peer type of currency, and it's not. It doesn't have any type of government interaction or manipulation capabilities.
All right, and we talked a little bit about how it's sort of derived from these complex equations. What does that mean to someone who's sitting at home and thinking like, okay, is this a token online? Like, what are we talking about? What does the equation sort of equate to?
Yeah, the equation is, cryptocurrencies run off, and especially Bitcoin runs off of a technology called blockchain. Blockchain is essentially a way of keeping books and records on transactions. When the coin was mined, what it's been used for, so on and so forth. And it's that particular technology and algorithms that allow people to find value in a virtual token.
Okay, Bonnie, I want to bring you in a little bit, because here in South Florida, we've really started to not necessarily, you said, see the offers being accepted, but the offers are being made right now in cryptocurrency. And talk about what's happening in the market that's sort of getting us to that point where people have added cryptocurrency as a way to buy a house here.
Right. Well, I mean, you're right, 100%. I mean, we are seeing cryptocurrency creep into our marketplace as a means of exchange. It's hard to know what's driving our market right now. We have very, very low inventory. It's very competitive. But the sellers, I'm finding, are just not warming up 100%. They have not fully embraced cryptocurrency. Like you just said, the accepted offers are rare. I think it's due to a lack of familiarity and, the volatility like we've just talked about. So.
All right. So Eric, talk to me a little bit about, someone's sitting at home and they're thinking about cryptocurrency. You talked about it being Venmo, right? Can you kind of go through that in more detail, like how it relates? Because I think the average person understands Venmo for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially a way of paying for goods and services. Somebody has a virtual wallet, you send Bitcoin to a virtual wallet, and you hold it in a virtual wallet, just like you would send Venmo to somebody's account, and it credits them for the dollars that you sent. So you can sell it and transfer it back into your bank account, or you can continue to hold Bitcoin. The challenge, to Bonnie's point earlier, is that the swings in volatility have been what have caused it to not be, I guess, quite as mainstream or accepted. Because if it's worth $50,000 one day and $19,000 the next, people don't see it as a store of value, which is one of the critical aspects of actually a currency. One of the critical designations of something being a currency, or a currency that's issued by a government. It's got to have a store of value.
So where does the volatility come from then?
Typically you'd see, it's like anything else, supply and demand. The one thing that these cryptos, or at least Bitcoin, has that going for it from a standpoint of people being able to possibly get behind it, is that there's a finite number of coins that are going to be mined. That finite number is 21 million. Right now, there's about 18.6 million that's being used and has been mined so far. Once they get to the 21 million, then it's done. So it will be purely based on supply and demand.
Bonnie, tell me a little bit about those who are making these offers. I mean, Eric, you talked a little bit about it as well. It's sort of international buyers, because they can kind of avoid some of these exchange rates, but also you talked about different geographical areas of the US where maybe they're more comfortable with crypto.
Right. The people making these offers generally, I'm finding, are tech savvy investors who have capitalized on the surge of cryptocurrency. And so now they're very comfortable in the world of cryptocurrency. So they are making these offers. Also, we're seeing a huge inflow of people from California, from even Silicon Valley. We're seeing some big finance titans coming from New York. And these folks are also just a lot more familiar and very comfortable with cryptocurrency. And so these are the people that are making offers on the properties that I'm seeing here in the luxury market.
Tell me a little bit about the South Florida MLS and what's popped up. Now crypto, right?
So interesting. So, on the horizon now for realtors, when we input a listing into the MLS, we can we can stipulate on the listing what kind of offers that the seller will accept: cash, VA loan, conventional mortgage, and now there's a new box, and it's cryptocurrency. So we're seeing here cryptocurrency on the rise. I mean, it is relevant. I don't think we can hide from it anymore. It is relevant.
And you both kind of mentioned that crypto is here to stay. Either one of you want to elaborate on that for me?
Well, Eric,
I
I'll
mean,
let you do that.
yeah, ultimately it's just it's become popular enough where I think that people are going to rely on it for those purposes that we mentioned earlier, which are, quick transactions, low transaction costs, the ability to avoid, really avoid inflation from a currency exchange rate perspective. So there's just going to continue to be a development on that level until if the people that are tech savvy, when they get into it, the one issue the challenging aspect is quantum computing. So Bitcoin, just in general, and I think all cryptos see that as kind of a little bit of a risk. And when it becomes very easy to start mining these coins and creating these cryptocurrencies, based on the level of computing power everybody has access to on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure they'll figure out a way around it. But I think that as we continue to move forward, especially given health concerns, money is just going to be less and less common in terms of cash. But the cryptos, I think, are going to disrupt a lot of industries with what they're offering.
And Tori, I would just add to that on the real estate front, it's hard to say if it's here to stay, but I think we definitely are seeing indicia that there is a path for it to play a role as a means of exchange in real estate. Like even the MLS is recognizing it with the cryptocurrency as one of those items that you put in for a listing. And now we're seeing people making these offers, even buyers presenting proof of funds in cryptocurrency. So the sellers right now aren't comfortable, at least the sellers I've been dealing with, in accepting the cryptocurrency. They want everybody to convert it to cash for closing. But again, it's definitely making its way into the real estate market.
So that kind of leads to the question you might see at the bottom of the screen here. And I don't know if you're going to want to answer this or not, but from a tax perspective, if you cash out, what happens?
I'm assuming you're asking me, but at the unfortunately, yeah, it's challenging for me to get into the tax aspects of it, just because of the fact that I'm not an accountant.
Right.
The reality though is that I guess it's how honest do you want to be, and because there's no people aren't getting 1099s for crypto. I mean, it's so. Or at least not that I've seen. So, if you want to report it, you report it. I mean, I honestly, I'm not sure if the IRS has the ability to track it at this point. But again, that would be a better question for an accountant.
Yeah, I figured that's an accountant question more, but we wanted to try to answer that. So, one thing you talked about is it's kind of two-part, right? It cuts out the middleman. So from a real estate, kind of like a check on things. Or is there no way to, check what's happening?
Well, on the real estate front, I could say, cutting out the middleman, I guess, cutting out the bank, that would make it more fluid. But I think the sellers need to have a very comfortable sense that, if they accept an offer in cryptocurrency, it's not going to be a materially different number, certainly not lower than what they have accepted. So again, we've got some work to do just to stabilize the cryptocurrency and the seller's perspective of the value of what that is. But I guess it would be more akin to a cash offer when you speak in terms of eliminating that middle person or eliminating a lender.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with Bonnie, and ultimately, the elimination of the middleman, I think, is more so for quickness of transaction. So, just because it can be transacted 24 hours a day, at a moment's notice, right? So it just comes down to, when you think about it from a perspective of, eliminating the middleman, is there a way you can verify the Bitcoins? That's the blockchain technology that I was referring to earlier. And they're very, very difficult to counterfeit or double spend. But I haven't seen a situation where the IRS has the capability of tracking. But again, that's a better accountant question than me.
For the average person, I mean, I think kind of one of the things I continue to hear is that people have just sort of a skepticism of cryptocurrency, and I assume you hear that on the real estate part when you get the offers and in regular life. What do you suggest for them to learn about cryptocurrency, and if they are going to start using it in real estate deals and things like that? Is it go through someone specific, etc.?
Is that one for me too?
Both of you.
Both of you. Okay. Technically speaking, again, I can't recommend it. Because most major wirehouses are not recognizing it as being a store of value. So it's more of a speculative investment. When we talk about, there are very popular sites, and those are just I think relatively commonly known. I mean, the most common known at this point, I think, is Coinbase, because they went public at $100 billion valuation, less than a month ago. So it's just, that is, that's who I hear about the most. And ultimately, I think, just even using it once or twice, and not that I'm recommending somebody does, but if you really want to understand it, using it once or twice, just like anything else, is going to make it a little bit more of an option to be able to understand how it works.
You have to use it to actually understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say on the real estate front, I mean, I just advise my sellers, because I am an authority in luxury real estate and definitely not in cryptocurrency, but to talk to their financial advisors and see if it is something that they're comfortable with. And if so, I mean, I'm happy to facilitate that transaction just as I would a cash or a finance deal. I just think there's a big learning curve. I mean, it's very tech-based, and the average person, just like you're trying, Tori, right now, it's just to help people understand this whole cryptocurrency and what it's about, and to make it more commonplace. People have to understand, I think, a lot more.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Eric.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to just add to that, because I think Bonnie's dot on, is, I think a lot of the skepticism comes from the volatility of the price. It's not necessarily that people, I think, are worried about losing money, the Bitcoins, or not, or them not, or being fake, or what have you. I think it's just the aggressive movements that they hear about in the news, that they see on a day-to-day basis if they follow it. That's one of the biggest areas that I would think people would be skeptical about.
All right. We've covered a lot, unless there is something you guys think we missed in terms of cryptocurrency, just information that people need to know. Are you guys good?
I'm good. I think, as just personally, I look forward to learning more about it. I think it is really exciting. It sounds like a lot of people already know a lot about it. So I almost feel like I'm on the back end of that. But I too want to learn more about it and see if personally I could be comfortable in dealing with cryptocurrency.
I actually have one more quick question for you, Bonnie. When we're seeing these cryptocurrency offers as part of real estate deals, is it to compete in this cash market that we're seeing because of the influx of people moving into South Florida? We've done a lot of stories on this, but is it a way to kind of even up that cash offer more, like, hey, I'll offer you full in cash plus X amount of cryptocurrency?
I haven't seen it on top of a cash offer. Cash is king in real estate. That is what's accepted, quickest, it's very quickly. People are most comfortable dealing in cash. Is it offered as a bonus? I haven't seen that. I've seen offers that have been half cryptocurrency, half cash, or all cryptocurrency. But again, I haven't seen it used as an incentive. In fact, I think cash is the strongest currency right now in the real estate market, as far as a seller's perspective, as being a firm, solid deal and being able to close it at the same valuation at the time you enter into the contract.
I got you. All right, Eric, any parting words before we head out? I'm sure people will continue to ask questions if the video kind of lives on our Facebook page.
Yeah, no, I just, again, I think it comes back to just trying to get familiar with it and understanding it. There's tons of information out on the internet. And again, it would be foolish to think that this is going to go anywhere. I mean, I think that's just going to become more and more widely accepted.
So we're hitting the topic right then. There's a lot of questions about it. Thank you all for tuning in. And Eric and Bonnie, thanks so much for spending 20, 30 minutes out of your Sunday evening. Go back to what you were doing. Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot.